Alright, hey guys, everyone will see us here, the Bootstrap Rainmaker. Today I have an awesome message for you guys. How to easily sell your listing faster without a marketing team. Okay, everybody wants to know that. How can you be that one person rock star to promote your own listings? Alright, now this is going to be one of the topics I'm going to cover in depth in my upcoming training, the Property Listing Accelerator. So be on the lookout for that. Alright, so how to easily sell your listing faster without a marketing team. Alright, so before we dive in, if there's anyone that you think that could benefit from this message, please share this video, or better yet, put their name in the comments down below so that way they get notified. See, what happens when you share these videos, that tells me that you guys like this and I can continue making cool videos just like this one. That sound fair? Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so in this, if you guys follow my videos, you guys know that I always start this off with this really simple equation. It's really important that you guys understand this. The more exposure you have, the more offers you're going to get on your properties. Okay, now what does that have to do? Well, in order to have more exposure, you have to be able to do this quick. And to do that quick, you're going to need automation. You have to be able to systemize this process very quickly, especially if you're going to do this as a one-man show or a one-woman show. You have to have a system in place and have to have some sort of automation in place. Alright, let's talk about that system. Alright, the first thing is you're going to want to create a listing checklist, and we're going to break it up into phases. And this is not your average checklist. I know there's a bunch of checklists you can find online, but what we're talking about in particular is a pre-MLS. All right. So the day that you have a listing contract, all right, you go to your listing contract, you get it signed. On that date, you're going to be doing a few things. You're going to be taking some rough photography of the front of the house, some rough video. By rough video is a lot of you guys will bring in professional photographers, right, or a professional videographer. On the day that you guys sign, and when you're leaving the contract, the listing agreement, you gotta get some real basic raw footage, right? Some raw video, and some raw photos. I mean, just with your phone. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just make sure you take those, and I'll explain why. All right. Next thing is you're definitely gonna want to schedule a cleaning. There's a lot of evidence showing that a clean house will sell your listing faster. All right, and this even on the day of the listing appointment, and if you close it, if the house isn't clean, it's okay. It's okay at first, okay? But we're definitely gonna want to schedule a cleaning so that when it does hit the MLS, you have some photos and some videos of a clean home. All right. After that, like I said, you want to schedule any type of photography. This is an optional. If you have a professional photographer that's going to come and take your videos or your photos, get that scheduled and get that out of the way. All right, those rough photos. Take rough photos of the front of the house, the backyard, and the kitchen. And if the home has any views, right, any mountain views or any type of really nice looking views, take those. All right. Don't take pictures of the bathrooms. Don't take pictures of the bedrooms. Definitely not of the garage. Those are the things that no one really wants to see in an ad. All right. They'll get to see them, obviously, but what you really need to walk away with when I say those rough photos, take one of the front of the house, the backyard, and the kitchen. All right. After that, we're going to set up some small advertising campaigns. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to define a buyer profile. Look at once you walk away from your listing appointment, you should have a pretty good understanding of the right buyer for you. All right, you should understand the age range of that buyer. If it's a first-time home buyer, for instance, if it's a price point that fits a first-time home buyer, well, then you start looking at the age range that fits that, right? 25 to 35. But again, that has a lot to do with your local market. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, it can be, as young as 20, right? But let's say you're in San Antonio, or you're in, you're in Salt Lake City. Your age ranges are going to be somewhere about 25 to 35 if you're a first-time home buyer. But again, That's just if you're a first-time home buyer. Look at the price point of your home, look at the neighborhood, and start kind of defining that age range. All right. The other thing is define whether it's going to be a local or a relocation. Who's going to be the buyer for this? Like, who more than likely will be the buyer? Again, if you're in a location, if you're in a market where it's a destination, right? Let's say you're in a community somewhere up in a mountain, or you're in an area that's up and coming. A lot of these areas are relocation, right? So you're going to have to do your promotion outside of your local area. But then again, let's say if it's just an upgrade, right? It's just a growing family. That's just a local buyer, right? So someone that's going to be coming from around the corner. Identify that. Really understand that. Finally, this all ties together is the income level, right? Who is going to be buying your home? Again, if it's a first-time home buyer, you should know how much, what their average income, either by themselves or as a family. What is the average income for that home, right? In order for them to purchase that home, what income levels are they going to need to be able to qualify for a mortgage for that particular home? All right. From there, I want you to set aside a block of time, 2 or 3 hours, because we're going to put all of this together and we're going to start sending out our campaigns. So it starts with that, just sitting down, scheduling out, turning your phone off and getting to work on this. We're going to talk about creating a bridge page. And if you guys probably have heard this term, a bridge page, it's either a squeeze page, a landing page, a bridge page, let's see what else, an opt-in page. It's all the same thing. Really what it does, this page, it's really important that you don't give away all of the information on this page. All it is to collect a lead. Do not give the home the location of the home. All right, don't give the address of the home. You can give the neighborhood of the home, that's fine. But don't give the address of it. And don't give the price. All right, those are the two important things that you do not give away on the upfront. All right, you will get a few people getting mad at me. Well, why do I have to give you my name and email in order to get that information? Well, I mean, if you're going to buy the home and you're not willing to give me your name and email, I can pretty much say that you're not an interested buyer. So let's get them out of the way. Bridge pages do a great job of filtering out all of the looky-loos and all the tire kickers. All right. What you're going to want to do is you're going to create 2 types of bridge pages. One of them is going to be called a coming soon page. Okay, this is for before it hits the MLS. If you're one of those really aggressive marketers, if you can get those raw photographs and you can run a coming soon, a lot of times you can get that property sold before it even hits the MLS. All right. Next thing is you're going to create a bridge page called the just listed page. This is once it hits the MLS. All right. Because once someone gives you your name and email, then we just bounce them straight over to the actual MLS information, so the property information. All right, so after that, we're going to promote the bridge page. Okay, one of the biggest mistakes I see agents, especially new agents, is when they go and they try to promote the property. Again, they give away all the information right up the upfront. Right, they send people straight to a page, either whether it be on their website or on a Realtor.com site or a Zillow site. They send them straight to a page with all the information. Can't tell you how big of a mistake that is. Promote the bridge page instead. You can promote it in a bunch of different places, right? The one that I like right now a lot is going to be AdWords Display. AdWords Display, it's part of the Google network and allows you to target people who are in markets, okay? People who are really ready to buy a home soon, and we can identify them very clearly on these networks, right? The other one is AdWords Search. We've all seen that. If someone is, let's say, in San Antonio, so San Antonio home for sale, or Phoenix home for sale, or if they're looking at in a zip code 79912 home for sale, or at a community level, Henderson in Las Vegas. Let's say someone said Henderson home for sale. Using AdWords Search, that is great because it has a very high intention. We know people are in market when they're doing those types of searches. Again, you're promoting your bridge page. The other one is going to be YouTube as well. So YouTube is great. So again, if you make a video of the property, make a video that does not have the address of the property and does not have the price of the property. Create some interest and some demand and some intrigue about the property. Okay. Finally, it's Facebook. Now, Facebook used to be awesome for generating leads for in-market buyers, but since a lot of things have changed with Facebook recently, it's still a really, really good area to generate a lot of leads, a high volume leads. But the thing is, what happened now is that we cannot accurately say that these people are in market. They might show interests in buying a home, but we cannot identify them as truly being in market, ready to buy a home. All right. So finally, one of the things I like to do is, if it's in your budget, do a direct mail. All right. Now, direct mail, I don't like doing it just by itself, because just by itself it's actually very expensive and doesn't have the greatest return. But if you do it in conjunction with one of those other methods that I showed you, the digital methods, all right, it works really good, because the odds are the people that are in your neighborhood have already seen those ads and now they're getting a mailer. Okay. Now, there is the U.S. Postal Service offers something called an every door direct mail, which is awesome. You can just target it straight to the zip codes near the home, and everyone gets a little postcard. It's really economical, right? And again, the link that you put on your postcard is the link to your bridge page. That's the important part. Again, don't send people straight to all the information. Build some demand, build some intrigue. Have a little bit of mystery about it, right? That will generate a lot more leads, all right? Because otherwise, if you give them all the information and you don't get their name and email first, if they are in market, how do you know that they're in market, right? A lot of those people aren't going to pull the trigger right away and say, "Hey, I'm ready to buy." All right? You want to be able to generate leads so that you can follow up with them, and even if that's not the property that they're going to buy here and now, they'll still be a qualified buyer, and you can still get them as a customer. All right? Now, what is the takeaway on this? If you guys haven't seen this by now, it's you need to have a system. Have a system in place in order to jump into this, because if you're going to be doing it by yourself, you absolutely need to have a system on this. All right? Now, on the day of the listing contract, once it's signed, like I said, you should be running a coming soon campaign. All right? And the best one you should be doing is to an agent network. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I talk about building this agent network. If you have a listing, once you get it, send it out to all of your other colleagues, to all the other agents in your area. Let them know that you have a listing and that it's going to be hitting the market. And if they have a qualified buyer, and a lot of them always do, a lot of times they'll bring you the buyer, and before it even hits the MLS, you'll have that listing already sold. But once it actually hits the MLS, what you are going to want to do is you want to run an open house campaign. And again, you want to do that again to the agent network. All right, send them to the agent network. Hey guys, I'm going to have an open house. Bring your qualified buyers. But you also want to run a just listed campaign on the advertising. You know, Facebook, Google AdWords Display, YouTube, Instagram. Get it out there. That way people can show up. All right. So that's about it. That's the takeaway, and this is how you can do all of that being a one-person rock star. Okay. Again, my name is Abel Macias. I'm the Bootstrap Rainmaker. And once again, you guys keep on rainmaking. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, thank you for your interest in this video. If you guys are ready to go more in depth into listing promotion, go ahead and check out and get access to my free listing promotion training guide. Okay, you guys won't regret it. For more videos here on YouTube, check out our playlist for everything to do with listing promotions. And as always, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can get notified of the next training. See you guys in the next one.